How's it going, everyone? It's Jack here again. Today I have got these BroTree Trekking Poles. You know, I don't really use trekking poles a whole lot on the trail, but I was definitely interested in using these for some ultralight backpacking trips, on using these instead of, tent poles and having an ultralight backpack instead. So today I'll show you all the features inside these. Alright, so these BroTree trekking poles are actually, they're pretty cool. They're really lightweight. They're collapsible too, so the whole thing will go right down to about 2.5 feet, which is pretty nice. It's got two pretty strong straps too for your hand. So you loop your hand through there, and then you can hold it like that, so that way you won't lose them while you're walking up and down the trail, which is pretty nice. And say, like, I don't know, you trip or fall, you don't have to drop your trekking pole, you'll still have it right there on your arm. You know, the grips are nice and ergonomic. They're comfortable. It's got a foam that you put your hands around, which is nice, and then it's got a plastic top. It does come with a neat little clip in the middle right here, and you can use this clip to clip your trekking poles together, so that way they've kind of got like just a little bit more rigidity to them when they're on the side. So if you're packing them on your pack, like someone like I would, and just use these as a utility in like an ultralight backpacking sense with using these for a tent pole, that's where I could kind of see that utility coming in really well. It's also got a rubber pad on the bottom of it, and that covers up the tungsten tip that it has on the end. So this tungsten is really strong, so this is what you're going to use on like a regular day if you're backpacking or hiking. I really only use these rubber things when I'm carrying it in my bag, so I don't have this metal tip like piercing somewhere through the fabric of the backpack. And I also wouldn't want to use these if I'm walking around and then these are hitting the ground. Even though they stay on really tight, it's not really like threaded or anything on there, so it could get knocked off pretty easy. So for that matter, I just use it when I have it in storage. Two separate attachments to put around the tungsten tip. There's a snow guard, and then there's also a mud guard. And I really don't use these ever, but I just want to include the fact that it does come with these, and these are threaded. So there's a threading right here on the tip, and then you just take them on and they screw right on, which is nice. And so, that's really great, because that means that, they're gonna stay locked in, and they're gonna be well for that. Being in Southern California, I'm not gonna be in the snow a whole lot. So I don't think that I would be using this here, but if I did go on a trip to somewhere that had snow and I was using these to try to navigate that, which honestly, in a snowy area or a muddy area, I certainly would use trekking poles, because my main utility for them is stability. So I don't really personally use them when I'm walking on the trail, just like on any given day, even though they do sort of help distribute weight on your back with keeping your back straight. I don't really need that. However, if I was going over a river or a creek that's got fast moving water, or maybe hiking something really steep that doesn't have things to grab onto, using these as extra things for getting stability while you're climbing is definitely a good call. So if you're somebody that's backpacking and has struggle with stability, use these, and that definitely will help. The adjustments that it has is easy to use with your fingers, which is pretty nice. So you can just screw to get different tension on the locking mechanisms for the poles. And so not having to need a tool for that is where it's at for sure. First chamber extends to 54 inches or 135 centimeters. And if you only need that much, you always want to do the bigger diameter extension first before you do the smaller diameter. Somebody like me that's a bit taller, I need to do both. So the bottom one also goes out to an additional 54 inches and 135 centimeters. So that brings us to 108 inches and 270 centimeters in total extension length, which is really nice. I'll go over how you want to be carrying this too, and how you want to align your arms for a trekking pole like this as well. So to make sure that your trekking pole is at the right height, you want to always make sure that your arms are at a right angle. So to get that, I'll pull the bigger diameter part of the pole all the way down to 54 inches. And then I'll take the bottom one and I'll open it all the way up as well. And then I'll slowly move my arm down to get that right angle. And then I'll stop. I'll pull it back up, and it'll stay right where it needs to be. It won't slip, but then you still have to lock it off to make sure it won't slip anymore. And then that way I know that I'm good to go for the trail, because my arms are at the right way. I'll put my hands through the wrist straps, like so, and then you're ready to hit the trail. Alright everyone, thanks for checking out my review of the BroTree Trekking Poles. You know, these things are actually pretty cool. They're nice and light, they're pretty affordable too, so if you want to see where you can get some yourself, I'll post some links in the description that you can check out. If you have any questions about anything that I posted, be sure to comment below and I'll do my best to answer the questions that any of you have. If you like this content, I would love it if you subscribed and checked out some more of my stuff. You all are why I do all this, and I really enjoy it. So again, thank you so much for checking out my video. I hope you all get out and enjoy the outdoors very soon, and I will see you all next time.